Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm Real Deal Financial. Thank you guys for coming in and tuning in. I told you guys to invest in Yang. I told you guys. I got you guys in Yang at $18. Now it exploded today. I don't know, man. I'm literally going to make sure that everybody can be able to profit off the China crackdown. And that's what I'm doing. So let me share my screen really quick. As we can see, Yang blew up 20% today. I'm happy. My pockets are happy. And hopefully you guys paid attention because I got you guys involved when it was $18 a share. So whoever that put in $180 got around $340. All the option traders are eating extremely good because of sudden rapid movement on the call options on the bear. I pay attention to China's situation when it comes to their cracking down, their debt bubbles, all their miscellaneous problems that they got in China. Literally, this is how you can be able to benefit. So I'm very happy that everybody that literally listened is starting to catch on because, 50% in the past week. $152% in the past month. Ain't nobody gonna get monster gains from MSNBC. I told you guys to invest in the China bear, and guess what? Now today it done exploded on y'all asses. It done literally exploded. Big price movement. I told you guys to bet against China. I told you, I fucking told y'all. And now the shit done exploded. Now I'm looking like the smartest person on YouTube. And when I motherfucking tell y'all to invest in something, that's because we're looking at all of the necessaries. China has a big debt bubble. It's getting ripped off by the Africans when it comes to stealing their money. Xi Jinping has become Debo and deboed his whole citizens into full submission and lockdowns. Yes. I'm feeling really good about myself. Hell yeah. And this is an open panel. Because I'm going to tell y'all, Biden can keep on cracking down on the economy. We just invest in the bear markets. That's all. Xi Jinping cracking down on his economy. We just invest in the situation of the bear. But I don't know, man. I'm feeling good. Uranium stocks is doing well when it comes to a nice setup play for an option. But the China bear, y'all could have had it where if y'all would have got in at 18 and set aside 180, every $180 that you put in would have been $140 back. And that's not me doing no guarantees. That's literally looking at the sentiment, also figuring out what is the index scenario happening when it comes to at least a formation type of play. So this multiple puts, multiple calls, and have it at a 6-month type of time period. Nucor, pay attention closely. But I'm proud that people that invested in Yang, they got their 150% gains this month on Yang. So this, another company that's pretty much involved in the, damn, I'm trying to get this to scroll to the side. Hold on. There we go. Steel production. But with Yang, you're invested in the Chinese market pretty much just crushing itself because Xi Jinping, he the Debo of the world. And plus, we're throwing in sanctions on China as well for helping Russia. So, America is the big kingpin of the world, and we can control anything with a flip of the switch. So 20%, you're up because the Chinese market is down 6%. For all the people that's coming in, this is an open panel. If y'all guys want to come in, I'll put the link in the chat. But this, I'm proud because I told you guys and I stressed on it over and over, and over. And people has emailed me, has literally told me that they actually are more invested in when it comes to the bear stocks, where they hope that this motherfucker crash. Where they say, please, Joe Biden, please tank this so I can make the most money I ever made in my life. Not chasing a dream, but literally betting against the market on your Michael Burry shit. Hell yeah, this is a good deal, man. This is a good deal, man. I'm glad that people that did pay attention a year ago from today, when third stimulus was in the works, invested in the bear market. The Chinese market has been crushed 40%. This is just 3 times the amount. So if it's crushed by 40%, 30%, it's going to 3x the volume. So that's why you got that dollar multiplier right there. So from literally from February 1st, February 1st at 17, 162%. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, keep paying attention. Because Squawk Box, they ain't gonna give you the information. Actually, Squawk Box don't know what to really do because they're literally going off of the mainstream media. You're supposed to look at international sources. You know, the biggest geopolitical wizard, but shit. If I hear lockdowns in China, Xi Jinping cracking down, you invest in the bear stocks. You invest in the bear stocks so that can be able to give you the best velocity on your money. You bet against the indexes. When the stock market is down, you're supposed to bet against it. And with Yang, I'm so happy because Yang done exploded today. We are up 20%. If Xi Jinping keep on cracking down, then Biden comes in with the sanctions, then Yang probably gonna go up $60. So for all the people that put in 180, that got $430 now, or the people that put in $2,000, they won. Because fixed dollar cost averaging, you just need to set aside 150 on Yang, and you are already there. But I'm proud of myself. I'm definitely proud of myself. I'm always proud of myself, but I'm definitely proud of the people that paid attention since third stimulus, because they took their stimulus check and they literally leveraged the situation when it comes to this. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Option traders definitely won. Actually, option traders win the most because they got more than just 103%. They actually got 15,000% off of a call option that is a 6-month spread wide, mind you. Because people just need to pay attention, man. You know, all my China bulls, they got crushed. And they're going to keep on continue to get crushed because Xi Jinping, he's saying that they have an outbreak. And, you know, this is authoritarian rule. You know, whatever he say goes. So that's why it's my job to tell everybody here to invest in Yang when the Chinese markets is down, when the American markets SPXS. So that is the SP 500 bear, and that's 3X. You know, definitely focus on when it comes to your reinvestment, man. For all of my ladies and gentlemen, please focus when it comes to what China is doing, because sanctions, you know, America is the big kingpin. And, you know, we can literally have sanctions where we can literally ice you out. So if we icing out Russia, then the Russia bear is really killing it. China bear killing it. And that's because of scenarios of lockdowns and shutting the productions down when it comes to China. That hurts iPhone producers as well. So I'm pretty much, I'm happy. I'm happy. Invest wisely. Always have some puts. If you're going to do option trading, always have your puts. So when this thing goes down a little, you can be able to make some money off that time period spread. So all the option traders pretty much get your 5-minute, 10-minute type of charts, and you can pretty much sail your way. But let me do this one more time. because I was preaching Yang over and over and over. 152%. A lot of people kill for 8% annually. And betting against a whole economy in China has led you, the viewer, to be able to gain 152%. Now, I'm just going to focus on basic materials. We talked about oil and gas. We talked about ExxonMobil for the longest because it had a dividend, oil and gas. We already know the situation. We don't have to over-explain what's already understood. But ExxonMobil, we got involved in it when it was 40, when it was literally third stimulus, at the time of third stimulus, because everybody knew that the recovery economies is going to be able to have a good benefactor in Exxon and Chevron, BP. You know, Texaco. No, not Texaco. They already merged. Okay. 1 month. 6 months. 45% in 6 months. Year to date, a stable 28%, and that's annual from year to year. So that, and whoever that did some puts, that was the smartest thing y'all could have did. Whoever that got into the puts, y'all had 2 double bottom potentials right there. So always have your puts, always have your calls to be able to make sure that you have a good hedge. But the Chinese markets, now my price prediction on Yang, if it goes all well, let me just double back and try to be able to stamp this really quick. Now, if Yang goes to $95 because of 6 months of continuous lockdowns, and if the COVID numbers are up in China, that definitely affects their indexes. So if this goes to $90, I'm the greatest on YouTube because I'm actively preaching about Yang, and you are actively seeing the gains as we speak. Because I talked about it 2 weeks ago on Yang. In the past 5 days, up 50%. I would have been a genius. I would have helped some option trader right there because it had a $14 price move in 5 days. I think inverse ETFs is going to be like the new wave. I think that's going to be something where the mainstream media, MSNBC, Fox Business, all of the talking heads, they're going to have to eventually talk about this because this literally made serious gains where this is life-changing gains. You know, people that invest, reinvest, and diligently just focus on the markets on not on a super techie type wide. Just look at FinViz, look at tip ranks, look at these indexes, consumer price indexes, look at the number datas, because that's really what the stock market traders is going to go off of when they make their buys and their options. But my price prediction, if this can go to at least 60 in the next month, then I'm the greatest. Because I'm literally helping people to be able to focus on just be able to bet against the market, be very, how can I say, untrustworthy, shrewd, your guard up when it comes to whenever they say that anything is transitory or this is going to be very temporary. You know, because they said, you know, inflation was transitory and you had idiots that believed it. I'm like, this is not going to be transitory. Then wound up not being transitory. Then you had the scenarios of them retiring the word transitory. I'm like, see, y'all play them stupid asses. You done play the dumb asses. Now you got to resort back into, okay, let me just switch it up. Let's focus on a new script. And the funny part about it is they don't even have the POTUS that can be able to run the play correctly. Not in my opinion. Because, boy, Build Back Better term has been retired, too. So they're now going to create another stimulus package. That's also another thing that they're going to have on the works is another stimulus package. It's not going to be what we hope it to be. It's going to be a Build Back Better. It's going to be remixed. So it's going to have a lot of clean energy plays. And somebody, Bernie Sanders probably is actually trying to work the initiative of trying to be able to figure out what is going to be in that bill for the long-term spending. So stimulus package, but maybe, I think 20%, 30%, 20% chance. Joe Manchin is literally like the wall when it comes to the political world. So I think people should just focus on at least getting a better type of savings plan going. Keep your job. Don't just resign without at least 6 months to a year of savings. Focus on getting your credit straight. Focus on what's your market doing. Look at who is the buyers in your market and collect cash buyers list from the people. You could be able to make sure that when they're developing and gentrifying the area, you could be in a nice, good, solid position because people's properties are going to go up 20% year by year. And it's probably going to keep doing that until 2025, 2026, when there's some type of cooling or a credit crunch or issue of raising capital because of expensive loans. More money in the stimulus position, we get in another package. Well, they're trying to be able to do that. Now, it's going to be built. It's Build Back Better rebranded, but they want people to get their hopes up of the stimulus package because, I think Senator Joe Manchin knows that if they don't do something, their job is at risk. And we're talking about something. Now, people aren't just going to have them in Congress just because they like their face. But let me see if I can pull it up. Changes in Build Back Better. So let me do it like this. See if I can get the link pulled up for you guys, because I'm really looking like y'all got to do something. I'm not even a Democrat, and I know that this is gonna be bad. Because I'm like, yo, just try to do something where y'all can give like the image of, well, we tried. Because it don't even be seeming like y'all even trying. Okay, House passes revision. Okay, that's old. Let me pull this up. Because at least they can do is just give y'all a gas rebate, give you a rebate check for your gas spending. Because, boy, you talk about situations of people needing to have extra $200 set. You need to set up at least $2,000 for gas a month if you're a person that has to go east to west. Okay. Okay, let me put that link in the chat. From the Chicago Tribune, that's my source. For all the people that say, what's the source? Chicago Tribune. Then I'm going to transition to real estate. Yeah, they got to remix it because they got to make sure that if they're going to send it to Joe Manchin and Cinema, that it can get approved. They don't want to have this scenario of them just coming short. They come more short, then that's a hell of a way to tell the captain, man. You don't just let it just die out like that. You try to figure out some way how you could be able to try to get the entry door. But I'm not a fan of all this, man, because $8 a gallon can be easily a real thing in New York, California, Massachusetts, Connecticut, any place where they have green initiatives over literally everything. Because, I'm looking out for subscribers, viewers, and just casual listeners, because they need to profit off of this. You need to profit off of this because they profit off of this. You need to be able to be winning on this. That's why ExxonMobil and a lot of these oil and gas penny stocks is actually good as well. Oil exploration has reached a lot of demand. These gold miners, palladium, rhodium, you know, uh, them converters, they be stealing a lot of converters from cars because they know that they got a lot of rhodium in it, platinum as well. So now most of the hedge funds are more moving their money based off of making a rotating factor. So openinsider.com is something I need to put you guys more familiar with the SEC forms. So let me share my screen one more time. Okay. Okay, so this is everything that you guys pretty much need to know. So the top purchases of today. So you can pretty much find all of the buys, entry buys, so you know who's buying, who's selling when it comes to hedge funds, CEOs, CFOs, 10% investors. And this is how you can be able to track down and be able to keep up with the pace with them. So you're pretty much like ball hawking with them. They're the receiver, you're the safety, and you just focus on every single move they do because, it can be from wholesale trade, which that's important. Transportation and utilities. Utility companies going to make a lot of money in the winter time, so you need to be able to profit when there's another crisis, another tsunami scenario. Utilities go up. What else? Construction, the situation when it comes to a lot of development, but mining is more important because that's a scenario of gold miners, silver miners, nickel, copper. So as we can see, let me go up. These are the top purchases from the banks. So which banking stocks is good when it comes to interest rates? When they hike up the interest rates, when it leads to a recession, which you'll likely will, because you're just doing a lot of double whammies at once where they're trying to raise interest rates, raise taxes, plus trying to be able to get enough funds. So MP Materials is the most important one in the market. As we can see, the chart looks healthy. It has a nice even little float. Plus, you can be able to make your call options at 55, have at least a put at 33 to give you some savings. So, you put your put at $33, put another call at 35, 36, and you just have everything teetered off when it comes to, at least when it drops down, because eventually it will drop down 20%, because not all these stocks can be able to stay up. So there's going to be some type of correction on MP, but that's a good entry spot because that's one of the most important mining companies in this vicinity. Yeah, my bad. I had to handle something really quick. My bad. Okay. Okay, what is your thoughts on being employed by the government as far as being sustainable for the average person? Government jobs is needed. The See the Job program, that was literally created in the 70s by Nixon to be able to employ more black people in government jobs. So to see the job bill, I'm not against government jobs. Get it how you live, man. I'm not that type of person. I'm not the person to tell you to instantly quit your job and start up a business. My philosophy is set up funds, set asides, and then you can be able to do what you need to do. Get your business credit set up when it comes to your personal FICO being built up. If you got assets, you can use that as literally collateral because it's your net worth to be able to get more funding. That's how people that is in my transition team will literally have it where if they have a house, they have a car, we can get them another car. And we can use the basis of them paying payments for 3 months on that car. And that's an auto primary. So auto primary trade line is one of the strongest ones that can boost up your FICO and get you for high limits, get your suite address, suite 1, suite 2. I was looking at something where somebody was saying Rick Jefferson. So Rick Jefferson, King of Solutions, he was talking about how he had a warehouse and he literally used it where he rented out to barbers, salon people, charged $150 a week on the booth, and literally had it set up where he negotiated it for like $4,000 with the owner. He wound up making $12,000 a month and wound up profiting $8,000 spread on each one, times that by 12. That's $96,000. So, and plus he's using every single address on that warehouse is like suite 1, suite 2, corporate office, corporate buildings, similar as well. So people should focus on their government job and a side business that's high ticket, mind you, because if you're going to do e-commerce, don't do nothing that's under 250, 300. It needs to be high ticket because for one thing, you're very valuable. Everybody that's listening to me is extremely valuable. You do not charge any service, any product. We need you to get you guys to sell electric bikes, treadmills, drones, refrigerators, furniture sets, and you need to profit off of the inflation. You need to be the merchant that's profiting off of inflation. Things that you can charge for $3,200, you can charge for $3,499. Do your Facebook targeting and target incomes at 150 or up. 150,000 or up. Have your chat box, have your social snowball. You have your built-in affiliate marketing where every customer that converts in with you is instantly a affiliate. So when it comes to that, you can be able to leverage certain scenarios off the digital economy. And funny part about it, only 10% of the country is on YouTube. That is funny. Only 10%. It looks huger. But when it comes from at least you doing your marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, avoid Bing ads, avoid Twitter ads, use Instagram influencers, then double up with the Instagram ads, do your retargeting, your remarketing, and follow up, have your funnel together. So your funnel will be a 20% discount, your 2-year warranties, your 100% money back guarantees, have your sourcing agent. So you have somebody that's in China that can be a pull up at the factory, can be able to at least show you all the insides, all type of necessary things that you need to do, because you need to at least make sure that there's some product quality, some form of trade insurance. Alibaba does have trade insurance, but you need to get sourcing agents from Upwork, start interviewing them. If they're in China, cool. If they're in the UK that has people that's in China, then you need to be able to get some things pretty much ironed out when it comes to negotiating. They have a scenario where you can negotiate it based off of commission, and you also got to check them, and you got to directly check them to see if they have any type of partnership with the manufacturer. If they are honest with you, they'll say no, yes. If they are connected with them, then you got to be saying, okay, with caution, this person is incentivized to be able to rev up some sales for the manufacturer. But You need to get a direct line to the manufacturer. You need their WhatsApp number, their WeChat number. Make sure that everything is set up when it comes to that type of connection. Now, the problem is when it comes to Xi Jinping cracking down on the citizens, and for all the people that's coming in, please like the video. It also hurts distribution because the product lines is going to be restrained when he keeps on doing this, because Yang literally blew up because of Xi Jinping cracking down. And for all the people that's coming in, I hope you guys are understanding of what I mean by Yang, because Yang is the real money right now. We got the bear markets literally going strong. We have a scenario where we can profit off of China just deboning their economy. And I love it, because you profit off of it. I profit off of it. The people that are paying attention to these markets can be able to profit off of that. Like, what's better than to be able to pretty much poke fun and put your hands out there and point and laugh at people that didn't pay attention, when you instantly told them to pay attention with their stupid asses. And I have to go in because I think people need to understand, stop being the sheep where you can be sold of inflation just temporary, or we're not raising taxes, but people that are at 400,000 knowing damn well they got to tax everybody in this country to be able to get there. I think people should focus on investing in Yang boastfully, because if it goes up to $65, all the people that invest in it when it was $18 a share, they're in. Their price is locked in. You can just have it where you can put puts on the China bear and have some call options, buy a couple shares here and there if it goes $200 a share, because Biden's going to have to crack down on China as well because of the sanctions. Let me redo this when it comes to Yang, because the sanctions is going to be tough, where now Russia and China is on the chopping block list. Plus, you have to deal with a scenario of Brazil getting G-checked as well, because Jar, he's cool with Putin as well. So that's why the BRICS agreement is important. And you guys need to focus on what BRICS means. So that's Brazil, India, China, South Africa. So when they tag team up, they're going to be like the West Coast connection in the 90s. So it's going to be literally clicked up. Then Biden has to figure out what he's going to do next. But for all the people that say, the market is getting crushed, the market, I don't know what you're doing, the market doing bad. No, we're supposed to invest in the bear. And like, I've been telling you guys about Yang for the past 2 years. The past 6 months, look at the gains. Look at the gains. I'm looking like the smartest YouTuber that's your favorite YouTuber. And the bluff about everything about every single YouTuber is they was telling you guys to invest in AMC when I told you guys to avoid AMC. When I told you guys to avoid AMC, it doesn't have a steady path. It's slow and steady, always wins the race. And this thing is slow and steady, and it's running away with the race. It's running away with the race. Look and look at all that opportunity that everybody had that was looking at me for a whole 2 years that had to get involved. If they had a call option, and just had their call option at 20, they would have made so much money off of that. But literally, the spike from February to March, that was your opportunity. And it's still an opportunity, because this thing can go to 80, 90. If Xi Jinping still locks down the China's economy, then that's still more money in your pocket. Benefit for a benefit. But this is an open panel. For all the people that's coming in, please like the video. Please share. Please share the video. Book a consultation at creditbuilder475@gmail.com. Book a consultation at creditbuilder475@gmail.com. But 144% in the past 6 months. Now, for all the people that say, well, if everything must come down, what can I do to be able to profit when it goes down? Have your puts at 40, have a put at 39, have a put at 36. That's what I'm going to do. Put at $39, $40, and $42. So when it has a pullback, you can profit when it crashes downward. But it's going to rise up because the more bad news that happens in China, the more stock value of this will go up. So SPXS, that's how you profit off of the China bear. Okay, I am so soaked, man. That is a good play. That is a good play for everybody to be able to look at. So this is up when the markets are turby. So it crashes when the market was going up for a second. Then it rose up when the market started crashing for the duration of today. So that's how you can be able to get some steady gains when it comes to a market crash or a market sell-off. More of a sell-off, but that's still something that's important. So that's SPXS. So if we have a true recession, this can probably go up $80. If we have a true all-out recession, that can be $80 a share. So I think that is just a perfect storm for everybody that's coming in. But everything that has to be done when it comes to your portfolio, have both gold. So let me put in gold. So GLD, that's perfect. Because you can't go wrong when it comes to gold, when it comes to recession. So this is Barrick Gold Corp on the New York Stock Exchange. Focus on that. I'm going to transition into real estate. So right now, if somebody was invested 6 months ago, we can see what was the traction from then to then. $22% in the past 6 months. You know, the recovery is really in the middle. Hold on, I went too far. Hold on. From there to there, 14%. Then from up top to downward, that would have been a good shorting play. Because whoever that would short that for that 7% decline, they would have got a good percentage on the downward. And whoever that bought the dip, they would have got a good double leverage point when it comes to at least getting a dollar for dollar value that can be able to increase reinvestment. But that's Barrick Gold Corp. So I wasn't bullish on AMC because, for one thing, AMC is too volatile for the average person that's coming in. Yeah, my dog is going nuts. Yeah, man, my dog got a problem with the next door neighbor's dog. That is funny. Yeah, man, my dog ain't playing no games, man. And it's a little dog too. So in the past year to date, 27%. So that would have been good for all my option traders out there that would have just focused on gold. Yeah, my dog little, man. Huh? So that's the CEO. You could do research on him, do your LinkedIn, do your Googles, get on his Twitters, start seeing what he's doing from day to day when it comes to any type of developments, when it comes to gold mining, gold exploration. Plus, it's copper as well. See, this is even perfect because copper is being prioritized all over the place. So Toronto, Canada, that's where the company's headquartered at. Mark Bristow, that's the CEO. He just got plugged in so he was there pre-pandemic. Okay. So Peter Monk, he's the founder. Also get on his Twitter to focus on what he's doing. The subsidiaries, Nevada Gold Mines, pay attention to them. Arcadian Mining Corp. Please pay attention. So all these mining companies, please pay attention. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, James. We definitely got to be able to figure out something. So I'm gonna transition to real estate. So let me go to New York. Wait a minute, hold on. Before this is the copper company, nickel project, Nevada gold mines, all the joint venture partnerships. This is also in South America. So this company owns a lot of subsidiaries. Pay attention. Cause I don't want it to Barrick Gold Corp to be like $50. Then people saying, "Oh, real deal, I missed my yeah." And this is the most memorable stock ever. Like you're supposed to buy the dip. Like good dip buy would be right now. But GLD is the most memorable because it's literally gold. You already know what the scenario is. Focus on that. Lock in on that. So now I'm transitioning to real estate. And see if prop stream will work for your boy. For all the people that's coming in, please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Okay. I was just making sure that was okay. Okay, so sorry about that. I was on a phone call. That's why I had to mute up. I was on a phone call. That's why I had to mute up. But we're in Bronx County. Focus on a deal that I can be able to at least get to you guys when it comes to a scenario of 60% LTV. So that's me trying to get a $500,000 property, potentially at 285, 315, around that range. So that how are we going to do it? Find somebody that has a default, somebody that is about to lose, or the default that has just been released. No, not on the market. And a failed listing that was on the market for 150 days. So listing amount from 200,000, from 20,000 to 550. Okay, I did a little too much here. Ugh, I fucked up. Oh, even better. Wow, so we got a condominium for 143, another one for 145. This could be a good seller financing if it's in the right rent market. That could work. 1,600. Wait a minute. So let me do my research. I got to see what area is this in. What type of area are we talking about? Okay. I'm trying to find specifically the street view. Well, let me see what is nearby. What is comps in the area? Okay. So let me see what is the comps in the area. Because I'm writing down South Bronx. So I got to do research specifically on South Bronx. And I'm doing research on Auburn, Grisham, and Chicago. Anything that's near that Obama Museum. Anything that's near that Obama Museum. And that's something that you also should focus as well. Anything that's near your area, do the same as well. Ugh, hate how. Okay. God. Okay. Now this literally done froze on me. The hell with it. Okay, so 148 days, 131 properties at 194. So that takes around 4 months. A lot of properties being sold. That is a hot little area for a little condominium residential setup. I need to find what's the area around. I'm trying to see if the comps work, but it didn't froze on me. Okay. 10 fix and flips. Properties in the neighborhood. Okay. Okay. So they get it for 186 and they flipped it for 250, which the rule of thumb is try to get it under what the investors paid for. So try to get your properties, vacant lots, at least a vacant lot under what, 80, and any vacant property or any type of dilapidated property, distressed owner, try to get that contract for 120. That could give you a good entry point because they only profit on the fix and flip 62,000. At least the aggregate number say 62,000. Okay. 250, 270. 270, 250. If you get it for 135, that gives you a good profit margin. Actually, that gives you a great profit margin. And this person sold his for 630. I don't know if that's a condominium or is that regular residential. Oh, regular. Okay, that's regular residential. And look at the square footage, all 800. Well, 800 to 600 range. Mind you, also remember the purchase date and the flip date. So the most recent one, 220. A lot of people would say do it by the most recent. I do it by the three highest ones. You're trying to get the most maximum profit, either fixing, flipping, or assigning the contract, or trying to build up the property value where you can refinance and be able to pay off the owner when it comes to at least doing notes and subject to and seller owner financing and all those fancy nifty strategies that you can utilize. So let me see how many properties that this person owns. Okay. Okay. Owner owns 2. Estimated value 900,000. I don't know why she send me shit when I'm literally on live. I swear I hate when people send me shit when I'm on live. Okay, there's a lot of pre-foreclosures in this neighborhood. Okay. So this is the phone number I need to get access to be able to stop the foreclosure process. Gotcha. Let me see how much of the property taxes. Very cheap, 704. Assessed value 21. That's the full primary owner. Let's see what his main property looking like. We could probably do a 2-for-1 deal where we can get both properties. If he's in a bind like that where he's going to pre-foreclosure, see if we can get a 2-for-1. hate when PropStream does this. I'm trying to figure out how much maximum that his neighborhood goes on his primary property, because mind you, the owner owns 2 properties. Owner has a pre-foreclosure problem. We got the owner trustee number so we can make the offer. This person is in a serious bind. The Bronx is a hot neighborhood when it comes to potentially being the last cheapest properties in New York. Probably, $500,000 property is going to wind up being 1.1. And this is perfect. This is on Edison. This is literally near Edenwald. So the property was built in 1975, 2,000 square foot. Okay, 28 properties, so for 28. So it takes around 5 to 6 months to sell on the market. So that's, I guess, in New York, that's quick, because I see a lot of properties that's been on the market for 2 years, then get sold. Okay, so this house is a brick constructed house. Okay. Okay, so investors give for $396 and they flip it for $725 for a $328,000 net profit. Mind you, that's not in counting the rehab, because the rehab is probably what, $150,000. So let's do the math. 96 plus 150. You're all in 546,000. To flip it, 725,000. So let's do the math on the all-in number. So 546,000 all in. That's the entry price plus rehab. $180,000. So that's probably the true net profit right there. Because rehab in New York, and it seems like anything in the East Coast is going to be heavy duty expensive, because you got to tear it down, and you got to build it back up, tear down, build it back up. But holding costs, the repairs, plus the utilities, the light, gas, security. So that's going to be another expense. But so Edison in the Bronx, Kingston, Fuller, Hammersley, Brouch, Co-op City, boy. So let's see the actual neighborhood. Okay. It's okay. So this is what the neighborhood is looking like. Baychester Ave, Givens Creek, Workman Circle. Okay. Eastwood Manor. Okay. Okay. We saw the highest flip in that area for 725. What was that? 725. I didn't save that part. So let me move on that way. So 725. I'm trying to get any of these properties at or under 330, 345,000. The cash offer, have your cash buyer lined up, your end buyer lined up before anything. Duplexes, figure out his buy box, what he wants, what year, what type of construction build, if that matters, foundation. Down south, I know it's foundation. A lot of the cash buyers going to say foundation. Ask on what kind of foundation. So 725 is in this little trench neighborhood right here. 725. 150,000, 200,000 in rehab if you do a full reno. Overestimate your construction loan quarterly so you can be able to at least get some type of profit at closing with your construction loan. That's always a rule of thumb. Overestimate it. Wait a minute. What's this property looking like? Okay, this one. 3340 Edson Ave. I'm gonna write that down. Write that down. 3340 and skip trace with LexisNexis. LexisNexis. And that's a rule of thumb for everybody as well. That is definitely something to key on. Skip tracing. All these people, you can make an executive call, tell them on aspect of no realtor costs, cash offer. If that scenario doesn't work, seller financing, where if you have 40, 50,000 liquid, getting one of these things to be able to have the title in your name, secure a construction, bridge loan, build up, repair this thing, expand it if you can, get some more rents in the area. So the rents, let me go back to see. I think the rents, it said 1,600. I think it said 1,600. Okay, 1,600. And renting out a room was 950 times 4, 38. Let me see see if I can do Airbnb at 45 times 30 times 4. So 4. What's supposed to happen like that? It was supposed to be 45 times 4 times 30. Okay, a little more, about 1,500. Okay, 5,400 at gross. But this one, and skip tracing that one. Skip tracing mainly this one because it got the size. That one is more important because that one got the size. If it's 6, more money. If it's 4, no problem, no issue. But yeah, this whole neighborhood in the Bronx, skip tracing all of these numbers. Saying who wants to sell, who wants at least a down payment up front. Trying to figure out how can we be able to get in between, because these things are not going to be cheap for too long, people. I hope you guys realize that. People in New York realize that. Okay, so let me get back to the comments. Okay, salute to you, sir. James. Oh shit, Shar. Yeah, I've not been paying attention to the chat. Anybody wants to come up on a panel. Feel free to come up on the panel. Matter of fact, let me make Shar into a moderator. Okay. But as we literally just went and saw what the investors get it for and what the investors flip it for. So try to get that thing below what the investors got it for. The investors got it in that neighborhood in the Bronx, $396,000, and they flipped it for $725,000 that I showed. Now, if you get into the entry price with something of a, for example, of a 3340 Edson Ave, Bronx, New York, and try to at least get to the owner and see if you can offer 330, then some form of seller financing, pretty much tell the owner that I'll give you more based off of you carrying a second mortgage. Then we can do it where we transfer the scenario and you can be able to get access to the title. You, as the investor, you built it up, you rent it out, you have your lease agreement with the owner. Owner gets paid, owner makes sure that he's current with his mortgage. You're saving people all the hassle. So you're just coming in, positioning yourself as a value add, either by repairs, rent raiser, of course. So you're going to raise those rents. Amenities, coin laundromat, you need to get those things leased. Have the coin slot, make you some extra income, vending machines. That's something that's needed. Finding parking lots, getting parking lots in constructed, very compacted spots like New York, Philly. Parking lots, you can be able to rent those things out. Get you a valet, or you can be the valet. Get those empty parking lot spaces, man, and start earning some income off of space being super, super compacted and space being limited. Try to find a vacant lot. Use PropStream. That's why I use PropStream as a tutorial. So when you guys need to get involved in real estate, you already got the tutorial from me using PropStream, Prospect Now to get the phone number, skip trace, look at the comps you need to be able to figure out how much maximum can you potentially flip it for, or how much maximum that your seller, your end buyer can potentially sell it for as well. So for all the people that's coming in, please like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please share the video. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Don't keep this from yourself only. Share the wealth. Share the wealth. So say if a person is coming in like ground zero, saying that they can't afford nothing in their market, what else to do? We went over the Detroit market, but Detroit is high risk due to the fact that you would need somebody watching your property. But we found like a 6-7 bedroom that was like for $40,000. That was in fair condition. Fair condition, mind you. Chicago is cheap, but it ain't that cheap. Chicago is like 110 cheap, while Detroit is like 40,000 cheap for like 5-6 bedroom. That's like $40 a night Airbnb rental income. Times that by 6. That's $240 a night. That's $700 a month. And that's a heavy cash on cash return. So the cash on cash return is going to be a monster because you're going to get 86,000 off of the Airbnb situation, off finding a Detroit 6-bedroom. If it's 40,000, it's somewhat respectable when it comes to a look. $40 a night, times that by 6, 240, times that by 30, 7,200, times 12, 86,000 gross. You give the owner around $2,500 a month. He'll leave you alone. He'll give you access to the range. Seller financing, subject to, is also a good way how to not bust your whole check on one property. If you have $100,000, you don't bust a whole $100,000 on one property. You try to be able to see if you can get at least 10 and try to get multiple cash returns off of multiple properties in Detroit, Chicago, or in North Carolina. Any place that you notice that you can get a 6-bedroom for extremely cheap like that. Detroit ain't gonna be cheap forever, mind you. People that got involved with $5,000 properties like 7 years ago, now those properties are around 60,000, and they bought like 10. At least people. When I'm talking about people, I'm pretty much meaning like Angela Yee and Charlamagne God. They was pretty much advertising that, which that was smart. Which that was very smart. Does the size of the empty lot important when purchasing? Yes. If you can be able to have a lot that can store about 10 cars, 15 cars, you can charge for space. But yes, it does matter based off of if it's a 20,000 square feet, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 square foot. Yeah, we talking about income that you can charge for the space. Every motherfucker that come in must be charged on that parking lot space that you got. You got the owner with vacant lot, they're financing. If it's a $50,000 situation, if you have $8,000, he ain't gonna let you leave out that lot. And that's why you need to pull up on the owner directly with a cashier's check when it comes to these seller financing, because they're not just gonna say, nah, I'm good, No, the seller financing contract is gonna get signed and something's gonna get worked out. They're not gonna let you out that lot without something. Skip tracing with LexisNexis. And find also a cash buyer that also buys land lots and flip land lots as well. So land flipping, people get it for 15, they flip it for somebody else for 35. That person that got it for 35, he put 150 onto the building. He makes a potential housing. So, Sheed, come on the panel. Sheed, Shar, come up on the panel. Y'all, this is open panel. My show is not nothing without the audience. But if you can be able to charge $50 times $4, no, $50 times 4 weeks times 15 cars, That's 3,000, and that's small. 3,000 would be small. Joey, what's going on? Joey Crack, what's going? Yo, we was talking about the East Coast, Joey. Give me some zip codes. Anybody that's coming in, give me some zip codes. I need some zip codes. Because we're going to look at your potential block and we're going to find a deal at your block. What's going on, Joey? Yo, you got my personal line. You can hit me up anytime. Keystone, same as well. Keystone, hit me up when you're ready when it comes to that credit repair, man. Okay, so I'm getting zip codes right now. 60, 61, 5. That's the Obama zip code. Okay. Yo.
Peace.
Yo.
Look, I wanted to ask you a question. The type
Yeah.
of job that I have um, is basically in the delivery business. And I've recently been delivering a bunch of those Starlink
Oh, man.
high-speed
Wow.
internet connections into rural areas.
Jeez.
I mean, a boat ton of them. So, you know that some people don't want to move out of towns simply because they wouldn't have a high-speed internet connection. So now that
Okay.
Starlink is getting more popular and they're starting to get delivered, do you see an increase in prices of homes in rural areas or a potential to make
Yes.
money
Yes.
through those houses?
Yes. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This this is the
Location,
thing too,
location,
Suncar.
location. Yes, sir.
When you
That's
have a
that's a
rural
hit.
area,
That's a hit
oh,
right there. You got a good deal on that one. If it's nearby that area, yes. Please do. Please take advantage. Please take advantage. Please take advantage. If you don't even know real estate halfway, just focus on can you get cheap and just hold potentially. Just hold on as for dear life. But if it's near that area, then yeah, man, Royal Land, find the houses in the area.
But the way that Starlink is being deployed is a certain latitude. So that's potentially all across the country.
Oh, so yeah, land. So I know there has to be some type of logistics plan that they publicly put out.
I think what the people who were receiving them were telling me was that they were part of the pre-order, and that finally they're getting the satellite dishes that they had pre-ordered in order to work with that system. Some of
Okay.
them had another type of broadband internet called HughesNet,
Mm,
and they were saying that they weren't happy with it, but that was their only option.
okay. Well, uh, focus on whatever movement. Put every type of PR on a Google alert. That's what I do. Keep track on everything. So that's why I'm not missing nothing that comes across my table. I have Google alerts when it comes to the EV infrastructure, charging ports, 5G, 6G, and I'm just tracking down on everything, man. I'm just tracking everything down so we can be able to get things going. Like, ain't no way in hell we're gonna miss out on this opportunity. We made money off the China bear, damn it. We done made money off of the bear market in China, goddamn it. So we're not gonna miss out on no opportunity on properly capitalizing when it comes to these landmark. But Iowa, uh, Iowa's definitely like something that you should focus on land. Indiana, a lot of people that's leaving Chicago, they Now, Shari, please correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of people that is in Chicago. Are they leaving for Indiana, or are they leaving to go to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, or are they doing both? Because I notice a lot of Chicago people in Atlanta, Georgia, based off of a lot of people that have other properties that's linked to them that are back home in Chicago. So I'm starting to see that type of correlation. Rashid, can you hear me? I know I add Rashid. Wait a minute, hold on. Rashid. Damn, hold on. Rashid. I don't know if my man busy or what, but we here in Chicago. I'm trying to click on these links, but it's not letting me. I swear, prop stream is like one of the most horrible type of data tools that you can use on StreamYard. Let me refresh this one. Hold on. Man, I hate PropStream when it does this, man. Like, it throttles every single time that you either been on it for like an hour, 2 hour, start throttling like this. Like, I'm trying to get zip code 60615. 60615. Let me get 60615. 60615. Don't tell me it did it again. Ugh. But yo, what do you think about this Bronx area really quick? Because I was paying attention to the duplexes. Hold on. I was paying attention to duplexes around this surrounding area. Really quickly while PropStream just struggles to load up. Because this area has a Wendy's nearby, and from that Wendy's, properties is around 600,000. Doing my research, and if only PropStream would just work, I could be able to make my knowledge even more stronger when it comes from me investing in a nearby area that would be connected to that museum. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to have to refresh Propster again, which I hate doing this. So we're going to do it one more time. Open up the panel again. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, click on the link, click on the link, click on the link. And I got all the zip codes saved up because we're going to look at focusing on those specifically. Okay. I'm just trying to get PropStream to have the leads when it comes to liens and vacants, because we need to look at all those that's in that area. We need to see if they have any vacant land lots. We need to see if there's any divorce. Probates are very motivated leads, but probates, the problem with them is you can't control the deal how you want to control it. Plus, you got to deal with courts when it comes to the probate officer. It's extremely motivated. You know, you can pick up a steal easily, but it's definitely hell dealing with something that you can't really control how you want it to. Plus, probate can be very sloppy due to the fact that there wasn't a clear will to pretty much define what was the necessary stipulations. Okay, liens. Okay. Apartment. So these are all the city liens. You can do seller financing on this one though, where you can probably rent that out for like $3,000 a month, depending on if it's a good scenery view. You know, if you're looking over down some skyline. Oh, okay, South Ellis Avenue. So this property is $590, so we can say $600,000 estimated value. Whoa, 16 bed. 5127 South Indiana. This is advertising because it's an 18 bedroom. Literally making this into a room for room type scenario when it comes to Airbnb. Okay. 16 beds, 6 bath. Okay. So they tried to list it on the market for $399, didn't work. So seller financing, getting entry onto this. See if you can work your way in with 50. If you can't do 50, then you assign the contract by trying to get it for a $60,000 discount and assign it to a cash buyer that's in this zip code. So you skip trace all the cash buyers on this zip code, just the way how we look for leads in the zip code. So that's how you reverse engineer the situation. Okay. Make this humongous 4. Oh, okay. It's a 4 unit. Why is it 16 then? You can turn units into condos. That's perfect because you can sell it bit piece by piece. When it comes to condos, you can sell one section for like 80, or resell after rehab for a profit. ARV 800,000 to 1 million. I don't know. Let's see the comps in the area to see if what they said matches up. If that's the case, then that would have been sold off. We tried to get it for 330, and we would use the comps at 500, but they're saying 800,000 to 1 million. Maybe it could, because you can sell piece by piece with, with the condo set up, but so Chicago. Okay, so 315. So the indicator is telling me I need to get it for 315 instead of 330. 315 and try to hawk it off for even 500,000. So okay, so these same apartments is being sold off. So they got the okay, so 875. Okay, so that's what they're using. They're using this one specifically. So they're using the comp on Michigan Avenue, 5720 South Michigan Avenue. So that's how they're using the comp to get 875. But South Indiana is a deal. Seller financing, taking over the mortgage if it's really fucked up. You can take over the mortgage, have them quick claim it to you, give them the payments every single month, refinance you in there. But really, I'm just gonna say the square footage, it's not exactly at 9,000. This would technically make it the biggest, and the biggest property in the neighborhood is always usually the hardest to pitch because nothing really compares with it. It's really like an own unicorn of its own. See how much the liens. I want to see how bad people fucking up in this neighborhood. I want to see people with $200,000 lien problems. I want to see $300,000 lien problems, because those be the most motivated to be able to get something worked out, at least eventually. So we got the city tax county lien. Okay, so the estimated equity 340. 10. So these houses built 1905, 1880, 1900. This property built in 1900 as well. Jesus. I just wanted to see how old was the property in this properties in this neighborhood. Okay. I'm trying to get that lien amount specifically so I can filter it. Okay, there we go. $16 bedrooms. And that gives you the opportunity where you can be able to sell in individuals like condos. What? So I'm gonna need to save 5127 South Indiana. So yes, these people got a lot of lien amounts. So federal tax lien will do for 197 Drexel Boulevard. Wait a minute, that's a condominium. Hold on. This will do because that's an apartment on Langley Avenue. I'm trying to click on Langley. There we go, South Langley. Bingo. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have fun in this zip code. We're gonna find cash buyers. Then I need to contact my guy Abdul in Chicago. My man Benny. We gotta craft a plan when it comes to this Chicago specifically, because I got people in multiple markets, and that's what you do. You leverage multiple people that have the expertise in the market, the lenders, the contractors, GC people. Only thing I need to master next is how to be able to get the building supplies at a wholesale price. If I do that, I'm a genius when it comes to this market, because I can give it to everybody else that's listening in, and we can be able to forward the information to you guys. So that's me helping everybody. So, okay. Jason Ben. Let's see, what's the mortgage? 15 properties. So that's 6,702 days. So it takes a little over 3 months for these properties to get hawked off. His loan amount is $403,000, 4% interest rate, fixed rate, smart, not adjustable. Okay, the loan end date 2043. So October 1st, 2043. His estimated loan payment, 2 G's. Estimated loan balance now is 338. So this gives us enough information to figure out we just need to make the lease payment that we give to him for X amount of months for a duration of years is above that point. So we give him 3. We give him 3. We rent out each room 50 times 4 times 30. Will this give us enough range, enough spread? I guess it would. 6,000 gross, 3,000 to him. Oh, my bad. Okay. Times that by 12. That's the gross net, mind you. That's just the gross net. If you want a property manager, that's going to cost some as well. But a lot of people that do seller financing, they would have took 36 and they would have found something for like 20. It did seller financing on a $20,000 property, putting down 4 to 5,000. Then getting a construction loan, building it up, expanding it to be able to get more rents if possible. But Millennium Bank, that's his lender, commercial loan. He got a commercial loan on it. Okay. Got his commercial loan. Home Pass Inc. Let me see what those people do. That could potentially be a cash buyer in Chicago. So we can literally look them up right now. That's how you would find your cash buyer. Home Pass Inc. Chicago. Illinois. I'm trying to find out if this person or this company. No. I guess this company ain't no more in business. Okay, because I'm just getting Soho House, Chicago. So you got a Soho House in Harlem. You got a Soho House in Chicago. That is funny. Soho is just taking over everything. United Center. Illinois Tollway. Field Museum. Navy Pier. I try to find to see if this Home Pass Inc. was in business, but nope. I'm not familiar with Home Pass. It probably is a iBuyer of some sort, but see, that was in 2013, so that's like 10 years ago. So the person that Home Pass Inc., that is no longer a company, because I would have been pulled it up. Everything is documented. So we got a federal tax lien. This is what we love to see. Somebody that has federal tax problems, because you can leverage them easierly to get your way. Second lien, another federal tax lien. recording dates and his refiling last date, he got up to 2026 to figure it out. Or doing another extension, then another extension, then another extension, then another extension. But let's see what South Langley's area looking like. We got to look at all these neighborhoods. We got to get in every ghetto. We got to get in every block. And we got to get in between. If you're not the one buying it, you got to be the one assigning it. Get a title company that's in Chicago. Matter of fact, let me pull up a title company in Chicago on my cell phone while we look at this neighborhood so I can give you guys all of the necessary details. So you guys can leverage and you guys can smile when you assign your cash buyer that check. Okay, so this is not working out for me. So let me X that out. Let me X that one out. And let me do this. There we go. So let me pull up this title company really quick. And with the title company, you would tell them to negotiate, well, not negotiate, but set up a blind HUD 1 statement, meaning that your buyer can't see what's your assignment fee. Because that could potentially crumble a deal. So a title company in Iowa, they do nationwide closings. It's Greater New Jersey Title Company Agency, I know. But they do it where they can be able to wire the funds. They organize it where the buyer wires the funds to the title company escrow account. Then the seller gets those funds from that escrow account and you get written up a check for an assignment fee for $5,000 to $10,000. Congratulations. That is what you made on this property deal in between. But the Chicago, Illinois title agency. So Investors Title Agency. Investors Title Agency Services. They're in Algonquin, Illinois. Then Castle Law, Homer Glen, Illinois. So their phone numbers, the one in Algonquin, Illinois is 847-443-9697. And that is the title company for Chicago. So when you're assigning these contracts and you're benefiting from the Obama Museum gentrification, get in between. Oh, this look good. Get in between those deals and you can start making your money. Now, Shar, if you're still in the chat, what is that neighborhood that Ferris Bueller was in? What neighborhood in Chicago where Ferris Bueller was in? If anybody can tell me, please tell me, what was that area where the Ferris Bueller movie, where they was in Chicago and there was like in the Polish side, the Polak area of Chicago. But I like that one though. I like that house. The South Langley. See how much is the property taxes? Okay, so property taxes is pretty hefty. $8,000 a year. So someone that has property tax, okay, thank you. Thank you. So I'm gonna have to figure out an area that's closest to Highland Park. But the property taxes here, $8,000. The tax assessor assessed the property value to be 40. But the property tax, that's how much we talking. Cook County wants 8,000. Okay. So the land value, that's worth 5,000. So the land is only worth 5. Okay, so that's 635. Thank you. Because we're doing our Chicago analysis. We cannot afford to miss out on any potential activity. So that's 635. because signing contracts is pretty much what I'll be doing pretty much for the remainder of the year. So we gotta, James, salute to you, man. Salute to you, man. We gotta look for Iowa as well. I gotta look for something in Des Moines. I gotta really key on that because I'm trying to figure it out. Because I don't know everything. I just know what I know. I just know what I know from my experience, from me assigning contracts, from me doing this seller financing with a stressed owner that is like in the runts. Okay, so they're okay. Okay. So this has a pre-foreclosure. So when you see this notice of list pendants, that means that they literally stop paying, no payment. That is funny. That was Cameron's house. That's it. That is funny. That was Cameron. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Elmwood Drive. So the owner, he's probably a baby boomer. He's been in this property for about to be 21 years. Peter and Jody McCarthy. Okay. Peter and Jody. Oh, U.S. Bank Trust. And that's how much that they owe. So they owe $324,000. Let me look at their current existing mortgage to see what's the total balance for right now. Okay, so their loan was $450. They're in default for $324, so that's their existing balance that they owe. $324. So that's their attorney. You call them up to stop the pre-foreclosure. You have the liquid cash, or you just have the owner call them and they stop the pre-foreclosure as well. So $345. So that was in 2017, and they must have got another hiccup. That was in 2020. They tried to put on the MLS 11/30/2021 for $390. Got pulled off the market, and it's been on the market for 77 days. And it takes a while for properties to get sold off because it takes more than a year for properties in this part of Highland Park to get sold. So this is going to take forever and a day. So seller financing can be a good little in-between move, you know. 50, 60,000, they ain't going to turn down 50, 60,000. You get the scenario of high limit credit cards on business credit mainly, but if you do it on your personal, you know, God forgives you. But if you do it on your personal, you need to get a scenario where you can be able to pay that balance down very quickly. And only how you can do that is one, let me see how much the rent. Because you see the equity value was at $700,000. Then they try to sell it for $390. So let me see what's the rent. So the rent is $3,000 a month. See how many bedrooms. Because you're just trying to be able to have 50 to make it where they can make a payment to their lender and they can get current with the lender. So you're pretty much going to be the person where they're coming into a situation of distress. They need somebody to come through. And what you're going to do is this whole house, say if you can rent each room 85 times 3 on the low ball end times 30 nights, 76. Give the owner, say 3,000 even. You work it out where you give him 60 up front, 3,000 for 150 months. That's what literally seller financing is. So you can break up the payments for $3,000 for 150 months while you rent it out for $7,600 a month off the Airbnb, off of every room. That's your net profit. Well, that's your gross net profit. That doesn't include interest that you got to pay when it comes to those payments. So the interest, you can negotiate 5% interest. You can also tell them that they can be able to do a method where they can recognize all their capital gains in the first year. They don't have to pay in the other years. They only have to pay on the interest. So the 6% interest, they got to pay on taxes for the next 150 months. So that's going to be around $200 extra. So we can deduct 200. Wait a minute, hold up. I was trying to deduct that because I'm trying to factor in all the price. So $220, that's interest, plus the, property manager, a short boss, somebody that got to look over the property. You may give them $800 a month just to look over it. After a while, property manager, a rookie property manager that is coming in the game, or somebody that's a veteran that you build a relationship first, and you finesse the scenario where you can have him pay him $800 a month. So 36 times 12. So say if somebody that puts down 60,000 to get access to the property, they'll make back 4,300 in net every year, times that by 9 years, I believe. No, 12 years. My bad. 12 year. So that is how much you'll be making in the time span of just renting out every single room, getting at above gross. Now, Airbnb, it's no HOA, which I'm surprised. No HOA in this neighborhood. HOAs, they be ball hawking because they be noticing that wait a minute, you're making money. They see you eating, but they want to be able to step in and be able to be like, yo, we need our cut. We need our cut. So high part. Let's see what's this area looking like. Let's see the neighborhood. Let's see the neighborhood. No problem, Joey. We just need that zip code list whenever you're ready. It comes to a scenario of you doing your real estate. We're gonna need at least one Filipino caller. That's gonna be able to do most of the list when it comes to calling, because we need them to do most of the telemarketing. We can't be in the business. Only how we be in the business if it's like a solid deal where failed MLS, someone that tried to list it, recently pulled off, got liens. Then that's where you can make the executive boss call, make an executive call, and be able to do what you need to do to get in between. So that's really most of what the work is just getting the call, follow up, send the contract. You may meet up with them, you may not have to. If they need someone to meet up, that's where you have a eager realtor that's willing to work with you, a realtor that hasn't sold any properties for a minute. Those be the main ones that willing to do a bird dog type of mission for you. It's the ones that, they don't get 3 deals done every year. Like the average realtor closes 3 properties a year. If he's selling 6 properties a year, then he's a superstar at the firm. Okay. A lot of grass area, a lot of vegetation. Yeah, a lot of grass area. This is a grassy area. Nice area though, nice, clean, Chicagoan area. This one right here. 1828 Elmwood. See if they want to sell a property or want to do a seller financing. I like the visual on the property because, you know, curve appeal means everything, where the numbers can make sense, but if it doesn't have the curve appeal, then it's not the best. There we go. There we go. There we go. I was trying to look at the property, but this delivery thing right here blocked it. So, you know, I guess this vegetation and the green trees is for privacy, which is smart. It gives you enough privacy where somebody's not zeroing in on your property. This is also a good look too. But so far, this neighborhood is, see, this is a neat neighborhood to not be a HOA or a COA. So, because HOAs, they like, they dictate everything when it comes to greenery, but this is a good market. This is a good market. This is a good market for greenery. My brother's mother-in-law is a realtor. Is the idea to work with her? No problem. It's what market she's in, though. And if she's in a specific market, then we're gonna have to work deals on that market then. So when it comes to that, if she has a buyer, first ask if she has cash buyers. Pardon me. Then the second question would be, do you have any old MLSs that's been on the market forever where you can be able to get them to chop price down 40%? You can add your $5,000 fee, and she can add her fee on top as well. Can Chicago do dual agency? Let me Google search that right now. Can Chicago do dual agency? Dual, where they can represent both buyer and seller. Because if it is dual agency, let me just search in Chicago first, so I can get the 411 needed of the law. Okay, so you can do dual agency based on confirmed consent. So that means, say if, for example, say if your mother-in-law, your brother's mother-in-law, say if she's in this market, she would have to pretty much tell her, her seller that I got a buyer coming in. I'll be representing both you and him so we can get the deal closed within 15, 20 days. Off market, no MLS needed. So it's consent and confirmed consent. So let me pull this up. So you can do a dual agency in Chicago. It's just how you do it. You gotta inform both sides that, well, you gotta inform the seller that my buyer is coming in, this is what it is. You gotta tell the other side, this is what it is, I'm coming in. So this link right here Chicago Realtors Association. So this has tiny letters. So you got no agency, designated agency, and dual agency. Dual agency is the most important ones because you need to have it where your peoples can be able to have it where they represent you and the seller on every single deal. They should just usher you any type of deal that's coming in that's a fix and flip perfectly. If it's a rundown property but the neighborhood goes for 250, see if you could get that for 50,000 with the seller. You add 5,000, then your mother-in-law will add 5,000. Hence, the end buyer will pay 60. You go to the title companies that I mentioned. If you're in Chicago, mind you, go to the title companies that I mentioned. Investors Title Services or Castle Law to be able to close the deal. Blind HUD 1 statement where the statement is not going to blow your deal and blow your cover. And I believe with dual agency, the agent can charge both. Okay. So let me highlight that and let me zoom that up. Let me zoom that up. There we go. Okay. So you got to get it confirmed with your broker. You got to get that confirmed by the broker. It's allowed by law. And they're saying that the answer is not clear cut. Depends on your team's dynamics, circumstances of each transaction. Again, the office discussed policy for dual agency transactions within the team, within your managing brokers. So pretty much they would have to get the managing broker involved in this, and that realtor would have to pretty much split their cut with them. Or a realtor can just create their own brokerage firm or do it like that. And they can control it where they can do dual agencies, and they'll be the person signing off on every single deal that's coming in. So you can do dual agency in Chicago. You just need permission when it comes to the seller, or you're just going to tell the seller up front. But I just had to do that. I had to give you guys the link from the Chicago's Realtor Association as my source, so you guys know what I mean. Okay, so I gave you guys the link right there. That is the law regarding dual agency when you're trying to sign a deal that is on the MLS. So you're pretty much wholesaling properties on the MLS or trying to get a cheap discount on the MLS, and you have a realtor that's on your side. You've been talking, you're in conversations with, just a link of property, come in with a cash buyer, or you can do a marketing fee. So the marketing fee will be designed where if you get the contract with the seller for $50,000 in the $200,000 neighborhood, instead of putting a $20,000 assignment fee, you would put a $20,000 marketing fee and split the marketing fee with the realtor. So that's another savvy way people assign contracts in Chicago without any type of problems. So the dual agency will be ushered in. So your end buyer that you got from skip tracing on PropStream and using LexisNexis, they will literally meet up with your realtor and will meet up at the title company, or the funds would have to be wired to the escrow account via ACH, then I could be able to do it like that. So signing your contract with the realtor, marketing fee, a joint venture agreement, your JV agreement contracts, I got them. Email me. Now, with a good realtor, a realtor that is good, they can off-market deals, both residential and commercial. They can give you pre-MLSs of deals that is about to go to the MLS, didn't hit it yet. Failed MLSs, fix and flippers, investor specials. All those accumulate to that rank when it comes from finding motivated people, getting those contracts assigned, working with the title company, using constructionjournal.com so you can find all the hot investment in your area, find the hottest construction builds, new construction area builds. A lot of the time, seller financing can work because a lot of the builders is trying to offload like 80 properties in that subdivision, and they're not selling right away. And if you come in with the liquid cash, and you come in with a scenario of an Airbnb plan, more than likely, I think you guys can be able to get things going and get the job done. I don't think you can have any more of a benefactor like that. Or if you want to follow the development where you want to buy vacant land lots in hot areas where builders is buying, and you can do the land flip there. So let me repeat that again. You use the new construction data charts from journalconstruction.com, or looking at new construction data tools where you're literally piggybacking off of the developers building in, you buying the vacant land lots, or you're getting them under contract with sellers, skip tracing with them, and you assign it to those builders in that area where if they're trying to be able to have it, where they're trying to just get the whole area. And that vacant land lot is right there, or a property that's right there. See if you can try to strike a deal. Get your assignment contracts, get your title company ready, your blind HUD 1 statement ready. With the seller, when it comes to earnest money deposit, you can pretty much tell them that we're going to close faster than you need earnest money deposit. That helped one of my clients saying that line. Focus on the debt owner as well. Look at the loans, look at the liens, scan, see if you can do all the necessary background checks to figure out what does he owe. Then strike an offer like that. Design the offer based off of how much he owes to. Because like how we found out how much is the loan payment on one of the properties that was $2,000 in Highland Park, then you can be able to rent it out for $7,600, give them $3,500, keep the rest in between, stack your money to be able to focus on more vacant land lots for land flipping or parking lot rental. But all that being said, I'm Real Deal Financial. I appreciate everybody that came in, that showed support. I'm not perfect by any means, so don't take everything as complete, full gospel, but definitely research around me. Please also focus on Yang as just research, just put it on your watch list to see how much it goes up. Focus on getting a good realtor, title company, assignment contracts when it comes to a good clause, joint venture agreements when it comes to realtors, other wholesalers, so you can piggyback off of other people's deals and get in between their action. But we looked at Chicago, we looked at the Bronx, we looked at Yang, we looked at nuclear stocks, we looked at, I don't think we looked at Brazil stocks, but we'll do that in a later note. But Construction Journal, use that tool for your best ability. Look at the new construction that's in your area, in your zip code, copy and put it in a Google Docs of all of the owners of those developments. Then see if you can strike a deal, skip trace them, call the office number, talk to a manager, talk to that sales manager, say that you have contracts that's ready, that's inside that area, that you can assign it to them. then that's how you can be a profit. Contact a realtor brokerage and ask for the manager and talk to the manager and say, I got a couple properties that's in the area. This is the location, this is logistics. I want to see if we can be able to work a deal where I can send your cash buyers deals and we can be able to split 50-50. 50-50 down the middle. Now, a lot of people say, well, shouldn't they get 20%? Well, they got the buyer and you got the deal. The buyer can last forever. The deal is just temporary. So I appreciate everybody. I'm Real Deal Financial. Have a blessed and productive day. And if anybody needs credit repair, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. Creditbuilder475@gmail.com. That's when it comes to getting off bankruptcies, getting off child support, getting off any inquiries. Actually, inquiries are super cheap. Actually, each inquiry, I'll charge you $50 to remove each inquiry. That's very cheap. Foreclosure, to get that removed will be $400. Mind you, the other competitors charge $2,000, $3,000. Plus, it take like about 8 months to get rid of for their scenario. We can get that rid of within 2 months. My vendor, Jerry, plus Mark. Salute to everybody that's on my team. Jerry, Mark, I appreciate everybody that's on my team. Appreciate everybody that literally gives me the shot to be able to help them focus on their next credit move. But creditbuilder475@gmail.com. We get inquiries off for $50 each. If you have 4 inquiries, that'll be $200. 4 inquiries, that'll be $200, $250, no problem. If you got a bankruptcy, that's $400. If you have a scenario of a repossession, that'll be $250 for repossessions. Any repos that you need me to get off, any bankruptcies that you need me to get off, tax liens that you need me to get off, that would be all within the same range. And if you need the credit funding package, that's going to be $2,000. But simple credit repair, I can do it in a very affordable manner based on your price budget, and we can get that done. But creditbuilder475 is my email. Appreciate everybody. I'm out. Peace.